Do you feel like no matter how much you pray, meditate, nothing changes? It's just like you're operating on the same patterns. Nothing is changing. Now, and it's this makes your soul feel restless. Now, let me tell you, you are not broken. You are only spiritually stuck. Now, I will show you and tell you why you're spiritually stuck and how you can break free from this problem. Number one sign that you are spiritually stuck is you feel numbness. Now, this numbness comes as a result. Nothing excites you. Things that ordinarily excites you, things that ordinarily makes you happy or makes you feel good from the inside, it's like it's no longer working, and everything from the inside becomes numb. You just feel this. You don't have any the feeling from the inside. It's just like nothing is working. Nothing moves your spirit. Your spirit is just at its lowest ebb. It doesn't get elevated. So that is number one sign. Number two, second sign that you are spiritually stuck is you are constantly searching but never finding. Just like you are in an endless search. You keep searching, but you never find. So once you find yourself in this situation, you know that you are spiritually stuck. Now you hardly find, it's just like you're not getting answers. You meditate, you pray, but still you don't have answers. You're just there, nothing is moving forward, and you're just like you're not moving forward, you're not moving backward. So this is a sign that you are spiritually stuck. The third sign that you are spiritually stuck is you have stopped hearing your intuitions. Now, intuitions, what are intuitions? Intuitions are very important for a spiritually minded person, because now when you sit, or probably when you are still, when you are relaxed, when you are calm, you're supposed to hear voices from within. Now you hear voices from within. These voices from the inside is what directs your everyday life in most cases. Now, sometimes when you pray, or when you're in the process of meditation, you tend to hear voices from within. Now, what happens is at the process of you hearing this voice, you become calm and listen to what it is telling you. Now, once this is happening, it shows that spiritually you're on the right path, spiritually you're on the right track. But one of the signs that you're spiritually stuck is you no longer hear this intuition. And when you no longer hear this intuition, it simply means there is a problem. So this is a problem that you must deal with. So this is one of the signs why you're spiritually stuck. First signs why you are spiritually stuck is you keep asking for signs. You understand? You keep asking for signs, but when they come, you doubt them. Now, you keep asking for signs, but when these signs come, you doubt them. It's like you don't believe that this is what you've been praying for, or rather, this is what you want, or rather, this is what it is. You keep thinking, oh, probably no, it's not my intuition speaking, or rather, it's not this voice is not from God, or this voice is not. So this doubt affects your clarity, and when there's no clarity, there's a problem. So for you to be spiritually free, there must be clarity. You must be able to discern and decipher the voices from within. So this is a very, very good one if you want to be spiritually free. So once you start to doubt the voices you're hearing, or once you start to doubt, or you're not sure of the voices, ordinarily these voices, you heard them before, and you never doubted them, but all of a sudden you start to doubt. Or probably you are on your spiritual journey, you've not yet heard these voices, but you start hearing these voices, or rather you've been able to get answers to your search, but still you don't believe that these are the answers you're looking for, because you still don't understand what is going on within you. It simply means you're still stuck. Now, the truth is, you are not broken, like I said earlier. Rather, you're just becoming. So you just have to sit back and see how we're going to end this. Maybe how we're going to end this discussion today, so you understand what is really going on or rather what is happening, so you understand yourself much more better at the end of this video. Now let's look at the part 2. The part 2, we are looking at why it happens. Why all of these signs? Why are these signs, or rather, why does these signs occur? The reasons for these signs we talked about earlier on part 1. Now, why it happens is simple. Now, the reason why it happens is because you cannot become spiritually free. Rather, you cannot experience spiritual freedom when you are still stuck on old and limiting beliefs. Now, these old and limiting beliefs, it affects you. Now, it affects you mentally. Now, remember, you have to be very, very okay mentally. You understand? Mental wise, you understand? You have to deal with your mentally. You have to be strong. You have to be sound for you to be spiritually free. You have to first of all be mentally free. Now, because it's the mental, your mental world, it also has a lot of role to play when it comes to the spiritual world. Because now, what you believe has a whole lot of role to play. If you still believe, take for instance, you trying to be spiritually free, you praying for abundance. Yes, you pray, oh, I need money, oh Lord, God of abundance. You make all the affirmations you want, you pray for money constantly, you pray for abundance, you pray for things to change. But mentally, you still think, you still have the scarcity mindset. Now, the scarcity mindset, it affects the result, or rather, it affects what you're supposed to get in the real world, or rather, because normally the spiritual controls the physical. For you to be able to live in an abundance mind, for you to be able to have abundance in your life, first of all, you have to deal with your mindset, which is the scarcity mindset. You have to see yourself as someone who is already living in abundance. Now, once you see yourself, you act it, you believe it, that yes, you're already living in abundance. There's abundance around you. You can see it mentally. You have a mental picture of yourself living in abundance. Now, automatically, spiritually, what happens is that as you pray, as you believe in your heart with the faith, now with the mentally you already see all of these things. Now spiritually it comes, because now your faith is going to make these things come to you. You get it now? Now your faith brings this, bring the abundance. Now it's because you've mentally pictured it, you've mentally captured it. Now, as a result of your mindset, spiritually it becomes yours. Because once you believe, then you get it, you receive it. So you should not be stuck in your old beliefs. If you still remain stuck in your old beliefs, in your old belief system, you cannot get free spiritually, because spiritually you get stuck. You find out that you pray, you don't get answers. You find out that you meditate, you're still on the same level. You keep repeating affirmations all the time, but nothing will change, because you've not been able to mentally assert yourself. You are not mentally assertive. You've not been able to mentally stand your ground, or mentally state what you want. So you have to first mentally state what you want, then it becomes yours. So when you pray with your mindset, things starts to work. So that's how it works. So once you're not getting all of these things, you understand that your mindset could be the problem. Old belief system, it could be the problem. Your old belief, you're trying to be spiritually free, but you're still holding on to old beliefs. So first of all, you have to break the old patterns, and you have to ensure that mentally your mind becomes free totally. Now you have to understand that whatsoever you're looking for, whatsoever you want, first of all, you need to believe. And you need to believe, and you need to have faith. And you need to start seeing yourself in that picture. You need to start seeing yourself in that light to get what you want. So on that ground, you understand that this is the reason why you spiritually stop. Now, before we round up this video, you must understand that spiritual freedom, spiritual freedom comes from being present. Now, you need to understand that everyone at a particular point in time was spiritually stuck. They were in a state of they were in a state where they were spiritually stuck. So as time went on, they started evolving, try to move from that position they found themselves to a position where they can become free. So being stuck is not the issue, but remaining stuck is what it is. So remaining stuck is what is the problem. So if you're stuck and you look for room or look for a way to elevate yourself and you look for a way to become free from that position, it means you are becoming. You no longer want to remain where you are, which is a very good one. Evolution is very, very important. So man must evolve. It shows that you're on the evolution process, which is very, very much okay. So now you must try to let go and become present. Live in the present, which is very, very important. Now the part 3, which is the breakthrough. Now we've looked at part 1, which we looked at why you are we looked at signs why you are stuck. Then we moved on to part 2, which we looked at the reasons why you are stuck. Now we've looked at the reasons why you're stuck. Now let's look at part 3. Now the part 3, or rather the third segment, is looking at the breakthrough. How do you break free from this? Now we've seen the reasons. Now we've seen why, and we've seen the signs. Now let's look at the total breakthrough. How you can break free from this. Now the way you can break free from this is, first of all, you must be in acceptance. You must be in acceptance. You must accept what is. You must accept the present moment. You must also, apart from being in acceptance, you must surrender. When I say surrender, it doesn't mean you have to give up, but you give over. When I mean give over, you release control. You don't have to hold tight. Now you understand that you have to be free. You have to be free mentally. You have to be free physically. Now, to be free spiritually, you have to be free mentally. Apart from being free mentally, you have to be free physically. Now, you have to understand, you have to practice stillness. You have to understand that when the silence becomes louder, then the chaos becomes quiet. Now, you have to ensure that much of the work is in silence. Now, because silence simply means you being still, you have to understand that you have to maintain a high level of stillness, a high level of presence. You have to make this a part of your life by ensuring that you become free. You see things as they are. You don't hold on to things. You understand what life is all about in the sense that you simply surrender to the moment. You don't hold on to things. You just understand that this is what it is. And you try to maintain stillness. You allow your stillness to speak. By allowing stillness to speak is simply being in silence. You maintain silence at all times. You're always calm. Now, once you're able to release yourself, release control, be free mentally, be free physically, you just sit in the spot and stay still. This will give you clarity. It will bring clarity into your life. It will bring clarity. Now, when you start having clarity, now things starts to, in fact, those walls that stands, it starts to break. You start seeing things from a different dimension, unlike how it has been from the previous time. So Stillness is very, very, very important, and you have to take it seriously if you must become spiritually free. Just remember, you're not alone in this. Every soul gets stuck at one time. So all you need to do is to what? Let go, become free by being present. Move from the noise, move inward. Take the inner shift and look inward. Always breathe in, out. Breathe with intention. This keeps you in the present. Once you always doing this, it's going to help you a whole lot. So you must try as much as possible to breathe with intention. Breathe, let go, and shift inward. That's where the freedom begins. This video spoke to your soul. Please subscribe to Inner Shift. So this is the Inner Shift journey. Subscribe to this YouTube platform for more weekly videos. Videos are basically on healing, purpose, and spiritual awakening. So keep it up, keep it locked with us, and enjoy your awakening. Thank you. See you on our next video. Ensure you subscribe. See you.